In this video, we will be reviewing lightning data within Contrail, specifically for the lightning trial that is being rolled out to all the instances of Contrail around the world. For this trial, you don't have to do anything. You will automatically be added to your map, and you will be able to visualize lightning data. There's no additional opt-in or button clicks that's needed for you to partake in the trial. The lightning data will automatically show up under the Layers tab here. So we'll go ahead and click that. And more than likely, your lightning data layer will be at the bottom of your list of all your layers. So go ahead and click lightning data, and you can see it will be off by default. So that way it won't impact any of your current operations, and it won't be a distraction or for those that are either not interested or are looking at something else on the map. So we're going to go ahead and click here on the lightning trial. This is the map layer that will be available to you. We're going to be referencing some other map layers that will not be part of the lightning trial, but are additional services within our larger lightning data services in Contrail. So let's go ahead and toggle that on. As you can see, we're watching this line move across Kentucky here, and we have some pretty deep convection and lightning associated with this. So we're going to be focusing on this for the rest of the video to kind of walk through what lightning data looks like within Contrail. Okay, so first up, you can see all of these different arrows of the left-right arrows, as well as the traditional lightning bolts on the map. Those are indications of lightning activity, either flashes or pulses. We'll get to that in just one second. So all of these individual icons are lightning activity that occurred within, in this case, the last 15 minutes. And it's color coded. You can see down at the bottom we have our legend here that talks about the coloring as well as the symbology of this lightning data. So first, the left-right arrows is in cloud. That is lightning flashes that are staying within the cloud and is not making contact with the ground. And then the more traditional lightning symbol with both a plus and negative sign is our cloud to ground. This is flashes that have made contact with the ground and pose a significant safety risks to those in the immediate area. And then right below it, we have a 5-color coloring scale for the age of the lightning activity. So red being a lightning strike, or in this case, a flash that is occurred in less than 5 minutes ago. So this is looking now back 5 minutes if it's colored red, and then the corresponding colors showing the age. So that is the kind of basics of what we're looking at. So you can see this line that's moving from left to right on the screen has some deeper pockets of convection, and thus has really dense flash count here over the last 15 minutes. So once we turn this on, we can see the information showed up on the map, and then right below it we have a couple drop downs. First, we can toggle the transparency of this. This is really great to see maybe a local what city or closest marker indication of where that lightning activity is going, as well as toggling the legend down in the bottom left-hand corner. We can filter and show information by either flash or pulses. Flashes you can think of as the entirety of a lightning activity, and flashes are made up of pulses. So you can have more than one pulse associated with a flash, and you can display either one of those. Due to the amount of lightning activity in this area, we're just going to be looking at flashes, but just note that as I toggle on pulses here, you can see there's way more information and documentation of pulses because of just by the sheer number or volume of pulses that make up flashes. So right now we defaulted to the last 15 minutes. Depending on your operations or what you're looking at, you can cycle that down from now looking back 1 minute, or now looking back all the way to 60 minutes. And this really gives you a sense, for example, 60 minutes, the timeliness or maybe the direction where things are headed. So you can see things are going from green to red in a northeast fashion here. So that's a rough indication that things are moving in that direction, or at least the convection is building that way. So this is a really great way to see what's going on in real time and to get a sense of what has occurred and maybe where things are headed. And then by default, we look at both cloud to ground as well as in cloud, even though you might only be interested in cloud to ground depending on your need or requirements. It's great to look at both because in cloud is more numerous. It's about 90% of overall lightning activity, and this allows us to see what cells are starting to have deeper convection and more electrical activity associated with it, and to give us either a warning of things to come, or just a leading indicator of severe weather in our area. So we're gonna leave that on. And then for the trial of the lightning data within Contrail, we're just going to be looking at the data, but we do want to highlight a couple things that will be available to you. So if you decide to proceed forward with the service after the trial period has ended. So first up, we have the concept of assets. Assets are how we're going to alarm and visualize critical areas for the customer. It can be anything from a critical communications tower or building where you might have network infrastructure, or it can be things that are related directly to public safety, whether that's COVID vaccine or testing sites, to ensuring that any crew that's out in the field responding to an emergency is safe and is tracked okay. We can see the asset here. I named it example asset, but you can call it whatever you would like and move it around, update the latitude and longitude. It's really just like any other site within Contrail. And then we have two concentric rings. We have an orange warning ring and a yellow early indication of lightning in the area. These will be black if there's no activity within those rings, and then as storms move into the area and cross within these rings, they will each change colors. And with that, outside of the trial, again, the trial just includes visualizing the actual data. You will be able to alarm on that data and display these types of assets on the map. One other thing I just wanted to highlight, in addition to being able to alarm and get text and email notifications based on lightning activity in your area, as well as visualizing these warning rings, you also get access with the full paid service, additional map layers. And these are everything from Earth Networks produces dangerous thunderstorm alerts. These are alerts based on the density of lightning activity with a storm to give you and your groups enough lead time to either take precautions, go inside, or to notify those that are easily impacted. They'll show up just like a polygon, like a tornado watch or warning on a map, and is a great way to help visualize the direction and the provide lead time to agencies. I have on the radar field, so this is a private radar mosaic that is overlaid. This is great for looking at the storms and the characteristics, as well as the direction. And then as well as some other fields, including PulseRad, IR and visible satellites over North America, and forecasted radar into the future. I did want to highlight one other field, storm ETAs. This is a cell tracking layer that what it does is it identifies cells and then assigns a speed and direction to that. And what that does is it allows you to get an estimated time of arrival for a particular cell. So if we're really watching this cell and maybe we're in the Frankfurt area and really trying to understand when this cell might impact us, you could see based on the direction and the speed, we could expect to see some some rain, and if this particular cell continues to grow and maybe has some lightning associated with this, very close to the 6 o'clock local time there. So these are all additional services that will be provided outside of the trial. Again, the trial is just this top lightning data. You can see lightning trial here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us and enjoy the trial for lightning data within Contrail. Thanks.